Come on, 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 come on. There you go. And I am live. Hi everybody. Hopefully you want to join me to watch the Nintendo Direct together. And this should be fun. Let's see. Hopefully you want. There we go. Let me shut this around a bit. It's about to start, so it should be. Hi, Will. Let me shut this around a bit, and then it's about to start, though. So let's see. Sharing this around. Join me to watch Untitled Direct. I shouldn't sing. Right, it's supposed to start at 9 a.m. So let's see. And I have no idea what's gonna be released. Nobody does, but we'll see. We will see. So let's see. I have no idea. I was waiting for the Nintendo Direct, see what news drops. Oh, let me share this on my actual. I always forget to share it on my actual page, on my actual personal Facebook. Hey, it is super early, but this is when the Nintendo Direct starts. What do you want me to do? I do not pick it, man. It is super early. And they haven't even started. Like, not yet. Like, come on. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute until it starts. Isn't it 10 a.m.? Are you sure? I thought it said 9 a.m. Like, I googled what what. Yeah, according to 6 a.m. According to my Googles, I Googles this. It's supposed to be at 9. I mean, I will stay. I will leave this on for an hour. I don't care. Maybe. That's my alarm. Trying to wake me up. Like I googled like 6 a.m. PST or whatever the hell I don't know how you say it, and it's telling me the 6 a.m. Thursday Pacific time is 9 a.m. Thursday in West Palm Beach, and it's 1 a.m. Ah, that was right.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited. We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter. Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide. The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy. Which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast. So, it won't be available right away. Please understand that it will take a little time. I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, wow, really?
They keep secrets from themselves?
So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information.
Like he doesn't know.
However, even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Just show us, man. I don't care.
We prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it
Yay!
is
Hi,
pretty
Jason.
quickly.
Hi, Moses. Hi,
Now,
Carl.
let's do this.
So Fire Emblem? Yeah.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet...
I wish it was
no other
Mirage
choice.
Sessions. I don't think it is, though.
You must join Smash.
Yes! I mean, I don't know.
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
I don't know this character, so but whatever. It's a new Fire Emblem character, so that's fine.
So joining Smash
Hey, Ray.
consumes even the darkness itself.
Yes, joining Smash takes you out of the hole. So let's see how he plays. Is this on the houses Fire Emblem with all the students? I think it is. I don't know. I haven't played Fire Emblem, so
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there?
yeah.
And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Change weapons. Oh, boop.
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Huh? T. T. Emma? Yeah, it's super early. See? Oh, he gets different
What's
weapons.
this?
So you can pick the weapon? Oh, she can pick weapons. Hi, Lori.
Oh,
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics. With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach.
Stabby stab.
Use Amir's overwhelming power. Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught. Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Ah. Up is sword, forward is the spear, and down is the hammer. That's cool.
Your will and mine be now as one.
See it?
To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash, show the world.
I mean, it's another Fire Emblem character, but it's fine. It's whatever. See, it is the three houses Fire Emblem. I wasn't sure if it was or not. Okay, cool. But even they know that it's like, oh, just another sword fighter.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle. Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
They're like the
This
game hasn't
release is
selling,
planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
and I
Shadows
do.
Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem? It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful.
Okay.
The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle.
You're late to
When we
the.
talk about tactical games of that era,
The
there were
direct.
lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct.
That's how you play Fire
So
Emblem.
perhaps we should just say they're
Permadeath.
sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again. Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary.
That is scary.
The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn.
Interesting.
And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series. People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try
I
saying
want
them in
Tokyo Mirage.
Fire Emblem Can You Say It Challenge.
You've cried, Jake's from
I'll
my
give it a
dad.
try.
I bet.
外伝聖戦の系譜トラキア776封印の剣劣化の剣聖魔の功績草原の奇跡暁の女神心眼黒竜新紋章覚醒イフヒーローズエコーズ風化説
There you go, 17.
Oh, that's what the whole thing was about?
今変な数え方して
We were like,
you
oh, it's
saw how I was
Waluigi.
counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
つまりこれが
This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it?
What?
You can actually count up to 31 on one hand.
Oh, Japanese.
And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
畳の数を数える分目の数を
If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto, and the female version is called Beresu, but in English they share the same name, Violet. Violet becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example, because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
Why not?
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference. The game has multiple routes, and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand.
It's Fire Emblem, dude.
Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release.
Oh my god.
Right now, it's actually November. Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Let's show us more preparing and the left.
So, this is our new fighter, Violet.
Violet.
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem 3 houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Violet uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Violet's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead.
Like
The hit
Samus.
detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
Ah.
It was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition, you can do awful things like this.
You can do awful things.
That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage. Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special. Now, for the sideways inputs. This is Eredvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
The new the character was this one, so it's another Fire Emblem.
If Byleth does the same
character.
thing, you'd win out, so
So-
you should be able to beat it.
That was it. Surprise!
The side
Another
slash attack.
another sword
This
fighter.
also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
So now they're going over like his moves. That's it. His or her moves, I guess.
Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
Why is this not on HD? It was bugging me. It wasn't in HD proper, so I'm like, what the hell? Why is this not in better quality? Of course, now I broke it. There we go.
By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker.
The shaft. Sorry, I'm an adult.
So it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal
Yeah, I can't wait for Mirage sessions.
much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward.
Yeah, I haven't played Fire Emblem either. Okay, and now I see why I wasn't in HD.
Or downward in this case.
Let's put it on 720p. Because everybody's watching this at the same time and it's slow. Sorry about that, guys. We're not missing anything, it's just you have to like it.
Next, the side special.
Okay. No, let me just put on
Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still
Yeah, I just put it on auto. Sorry, guys.
hit.
You're watching this at the same time, so this is the quality we get on my internet. Sorry.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
Oh, I like that.
But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful. Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area. Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir.
It's an axe, okay.
It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack. Next is the down smash attack.
Hi, Walter.
A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power. And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Ah.
which allows you to withstand an attack. Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time, it plays out like this. It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed.
Oh.
Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower area.
Oh, that's gonna be scary.
It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack.
Yeah. Surprise!
Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents. Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little. It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them.
Nice.
By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
Aha!
It hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this can just get you hit by counter after counter.
Morning coffee.
Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Failnaught, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves.
Hi, Brian.
You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it. And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow. First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button.
Okay.
You can also change direction while in the stance.
Oh, that's nice.
It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it.
That's fine, I'm committed.
So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible.
Gotcha.
Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to
You're
do
screwed.
anything,
Okay, I understand.
which means it's quite the risky attack to use
Makes
against
sense.
fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon.
Oh,
By
is
this
it the
final
new
smash is
stage?
called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven.
Is there a new
in the
stage in the
original
background?
game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
Nice.
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sophist and launch an attack together.
Who needs to link that? Yeah, Joel.
Now, let's talk about the color variation.
The new
It's
character.
set up so that the
Fire
default
Emblem.
and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house numbers. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to.
I do not.
The sixth color is based on Sophis, who you just saw earlier.
Ah.
And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
Maybe.
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery. This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage.
Ah, cool.
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri is the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye.
Oh,
He's an unfortunate one, that one.
poor rich kid.
There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them,
Hey, you always
the
need link,
stage will
man.
expand to the left
Hey,
and right.
Jason.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now.
Hilarious.
And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to them.
They added a laugh track to this. Like, oh,
Moving
I'm
through these
hilarious.
areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop,
Magic circle.
you'll come crashing back down. We've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building.
The cathedral.
And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adrestian Empire, and as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals.
Okay, so Fire Emblem is
You'll
sad.
notice there are prominent
This
chandeliers
new
on
one.
the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
Like, you want to
However,
suffer,
a
play
rival
Fire
can't
Emblem.
actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though. So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go, I made it. And you can knock it down. Also, you can break this table,
That's not
like
a table.
so.
Oh, it's a table. I thought it was
Just like the
chairs.
sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage. It
So
can
that's not a
break if you
cathedral
launch
then.
the opponent into it
That's
at
the
close range.
reception hall. I was wrong.
Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
Horsey.
It's similar to the bridge of Elden stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance. Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch. Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the Failnaught really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
They
The
broke
last
to the
area
roof.
is the Cathedral,
There we go. Now we
only
can
with
do
some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the Cathedral are Seta, Flame, and Rhea. There's Seta, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses. All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages. That'll give us precisely 5 players per side.
Alright.
Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker!
The hell?
And Hero!
Uh,
Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the professor here. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Renegades. I better keep my distance. I'll use this chance to attack. Got it.
bumped.
That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch. Perfect shield of that, huh? Good one. If I do this, or like so. No idea.
Popular.
Huh? There, the soccer ball connected.
Jason, what?
Good. There's Mom. You're in a good spot, Mom. I shouldn't have taken that.
Because mother brain mom.
Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
That's usually how it goes.
I feel like the enemy might get this smash ball. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up. I can't waste this chance. There's another smash ball. Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for? There's still more. Whack. Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end. Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire
I
Emblem
wonder
series,
if they're gonna
we'll be
announce
adding
anything
each of the
else,
new
like,
tracks
you know,
to
like
all the
a
Fire Emblem
different
stages.
game.
There are
What is
already
it?
a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added.
Holy crap.
This
11
includes an
songs.
arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters.
I haven't even played the whole spirit thing in a
So
long
this is
time.
Legend class.
Like, I wanted to beat it, but then it got
Also,
to be
there's
so
a new
long
class
that I lost
a
interest.
Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Okay.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Ah, okay, I guess this is extra. I don't use this anymore though, but whatever. Let's see. Oh wow, Assassin's Creed. Oh, that's cute. Ew. Yeah, I'm good, Nintendo. Thanks. Stupid rabbits. You like the Mii fighters? Oh, Mega Man Battle Network! Okay, now you got me. Now I'm happy. I mean, that's one way of doing it, I guess. Mega Man X? Oh, that was Mega Man X. Oh yeah, I just missed it. Oh, Cuphead? I guess that's one way of getting Cuphead. The game. So Mega Man X and I'm on that road. Okay. I want an X, like actual X, but I guess I'll take it. What am I gonna do?
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the amiibo.
Oh, wow. Ah, cool.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it? Dark Samus and Richter are planned for
January
release on
18th is my
Friday,
birthday.
January 17th.
I'm just saying. Nah, I'm kidding.
はい、そして今回、
And
Yeah,
now,
this
with the
extra
addition of
shows up.
Violet, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Violet. From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play. As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down
cool.
the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Uh-oh. That's it. Holy crap. Any hints? For the first one at least?
Looks like there will be 1 more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out.
Oh,
And now that
2021.
it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now. And I'm
2021.
personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it. Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on
He's
Twitter,
like, "Don't bother
I'm afraid
me."
it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Aww.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Ah.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game in the world. Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
Oh boy.
It seems like Street Fighter II was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter II, or 6 to 7 if you really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes
Just
to a
take the
single
winning
piece of
hand,
software,
buddy. Take
it
the
seems
free
like Super
compliment.
Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game.
Oh boy, what happened now? Oh, just loading, I guess. Wait, what? What? Hold on, guys. Something's up. Video unavailable? This video is private? I guess this is it? Was that it?
fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming, or something else entirely.
まあそろそろこの
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
I got it.
非常に感慨深いものを覚えています。第一シーズンの終わ
The
りで
first Fighters Pass just wrapped up,
がやっぱり
but it was decided that there would be more DLC,
これからも休みは
which means no breaks for
思
me.
っています。これからも
I plan to keep working hard, so I
Dude,
hope you
just
can
point the
continue to
things.
support us.
Like,
それでは以上
That's it. Thank you.
there we go. Bye, Mr. Japanese menu. All right. No spawn wave. No spawn wave. All right, that was cool. That was cool. I have to play. I'm looking forward to Tokyo Mirage, even though it didn't show there, but it is like Fire Emblem related, so you know. So even it was funny because even they knew that people were gonna bitch about it being and just another sword fighter, like another Fire Emblem character. They were like, oh yeah, we know it's another sword fighter, but look, he has different weapons. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching with me, guys. For more, subscribe or like the page for more. Yeah, I usually do streams of different things, mostly fighting games and RPGs. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here, and hopefully I feel better later. I have a bad cold. So like, share, and invite your friends to like the page. Bye.